Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and welcome to my introduction for my one look per pan eyeshadow challenge. So this is actually something that I saw originally on my friend Kaylee Wesley's channel here on YouTube. She has done this for a whole bunch of palettes. I will make sure to go ahead and link her channel up in the cards so that you can go and check her out because she's absolutely lovely. But she has done this with quite a few different palettes already, and it really inspired me to do something similar so that I can make sure that I'm testing out every single shadow in a palette, not just the ones that I'm typically drawn to. I think everybody has those. When you look at a palette, you're like, yes, I want to use that one and that one and that one. And then there are a couple that you either shy away from or just get neglected, not for any particular reason. So the palette that I am going to be doing is this new 9-pan eyeshadow palette from MAC that is for the Aladdin live action movie. So it is a gorgeous little palette. I am so excited that I picked it up. This is what the shades look like, and I'm super duper excited. So let's talk a little bit about what to expect, because Kaylee is awesome. She will actually do, for this palette, she would do 9 looks, one highlighting each shade, and I don't know if I'm that good. So I can tell you that for these matte shades and this matte shade right here, I will probably do one look that just incorporates all 3, maybe trying to make the matte look the star of the look, if that makes sense. But after that, I am going to use every single one of the shimmery shades as the star of a look, and I'm very, very excited. So there are 2 looks in this video. We have my very first look followed by this look right here. So if you want to see me getting to know this eyeshadow palette, you're in the right place, and go ahead and stay tuned. Okay, so for today's look, I do want to go with something just very light and easy. I am filming today on Memorial Day, and after the baby wakes up from his nap, we're actually going to be heading to the lake, so I don't want too much going on. In fact, the only thing that I have on my face is, of course, my SPF. I also have my Bye Bye foundation, which also has an SPF. And then I have just everything set down with my Fenty Loose powder. So I'm really not planning to go in too heavy with my makeup. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this shade right here. The shade names are not printed on it, nor are they... Nope. I guess these don't have shade names. So I'm going to take this sort of matte lighter brown, and I'm going to put that all the way through my crease. When I'm filming this, this is actually the first time that I am using this little palette. I'm not sure what order I'm going to be putting these videos up in. Ooh, that came off a little bit more pigmented than I think I thought it would. I don't know why I thought that, but we're going to really work that out because I was not going for something too much. Alrighty. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what order I'm going to be putting these up or if I'm going to be putting them together. I'm sure that I will be because I don't foresee these being super duper long videos. So I'll probably do 2 looks per video is my thinking, but I'm not sure yet. So that's what's going on there, but I'm really excited to be using this palette. When I saw all of the sneaks coming up on Trend Mood, I was like, yes, I want all of those products. Alright, and I am going to just sweep a little bit underneath my eyes, not putting any additional product because I have already done my face makeup, which for me is pretty rare. So I do want to make sure that the edges are looking nice and clean. Typically, I will take a makeup wipe and just fix it so I can be really nice and messy with it, but not today. Today we need to have an actual shape to the look. But yes, so since I've never used this palette before, I'm not exactly sure what the colors are going to look like. So this will be a bit of a journey for us both. Okay, so now that I have just a little bit of definition through my crease, I think I want to take this gorgeous gold shade right here in the bottom corner, and I just want to put that very kind of blown out all over my lid so that I just have a very, well, the thought there is an effortlessly sparkly lid. We'll see how it actually plays out. I don't really have any experience with MAC shadows, to be honest with you. This is one of the very few MAC items that I've purchased. Ooh, I like this. Okay, this is the look that I was going for. Yeah, so when I was growing up in high school and even in college, I was super duper broke, and so MAC was just out of my budget at the time, and I'll be honest, I was super intimidated to go to a MAC counter because I knew that it was outside of my budget, but that I would want to buy something, and so I felt very, very intimidated even going to any of the counters at the mall. And so I never owned anything up until recently, and everything that I've purchased, with the exception of one lipstick, actually has come from Ulta. So I really have very little experience with the products. But honestly, I really, really like the way that this is going on. I like the shimmers, or I like this shimmer. It's going on very nicely with a brush, which I appreciate. One thing that I really dislike a lot are shadows that I have to apply with my fingers, because I don't always want to do that. And then again, just taking the brush with no additional product, I'm taking it along the lower first third to a half, just to kind of bring some lightness to my inner corner, which I think that looks quite nice. Now there is another sort of really light gold shade in the palette, so I think I'm going to take that just along my inner corners just to add some additional brightness to the look. Alright, so using this little flat brush, I'm just going to pick up a little bit and put that all along, oh yeah, all along that inner corner. That looks lovely. And just kind of work that into the lower lash line, just like we did with the original color. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go off camera. I'm going to put on a whole bunch of, I swear to God, I'm a mess, a whole bunch of waterproof mascara, and then we'll come back and we will apply the highlighter for the first time, so that'll be fun. Alright, so we now have mascara on. I do love the way that the eyes turned out. I think the mascara came out very fluttery and very pretty. It is the only waterproof mascara that I own, and honestly, I'm not a big fan of the original Better Than Sex mascara. I know it is a classic that so many people love, but for me, I don't really love the way that it performs on my lashes. It gives me a lot of transfer, but the waterproof I do actually really like, so that is what they look like. And even though I'm not wearing anything else on my face, I do want to try the highlighter because it looks so pretty. This is what it looks like in the pan. It has a picture of the oil lamp that the genie lives in. And I'm hoping that I can put it just very lightly on my skin, and then I can get away with not having to put on any bronzer or blush. But let's give her a go. I'm just going for, oh, that's pretty. I have a feeling you could probably build it up to be a little bit more intense, but that's not really what I'm going for today. But it is really nice. It's not too deep for my skin, at least not the way that I'm using it now. Alright, so there we have it. This is the finished look from my Aladdin collection that I just picked up. So again, we used the shades, this shade right here in the crease, this shade all over my lid and this shade here in the inner corner, and I think it turned out really, really, really nicely. So stay tuned for the rest of the looks that I make using this palette. Alright my friends, we are back for look number 2 using my MAC Aladdin palette. And I have to say, I have been so drawn to these kind of purple shades right here. So those are the ones that I think I'm going to go ahead and use today. I have already put on my primer and then set it with just a matte cream shade. So I'm going to start with taking this color right here. It's just kind of a matte brownish transition shade, and I'm going to buff that all into my crease. And I'll be a little bit lighter than I was the first time I used this, and just sort of went in all crazy since I was talking and not really thinking about what I was doing. Turned out okay in the end, but I'm going to exercise a bit of caution. So how has everybody's week been going? I hope that it has been going really quite well for you. Sorry, apparently I can't talk and apply eyeshadow at the same time because I'm a Looney Tune. Okay, so now that I've put just a little of that up in the crease, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this center shade right here and I'm going to put that all across the lid, really maintaining it mostly to the first kind of half to 2/3-ish. I'm not trying to be incredibly precise, but you know, it's kind of the game plan there. And I'm just using my Morphe 167 M167. It is probably one of my very favorite packing brushes when it comes to all over the lid shadows. I'm not trying to do anything too dramatic. Ooh, but I do already have my face makeup on, so I need to be very careful not to have a ton of fallout. I'm trying to kind of change it up a little bit and get more comfortable with different styles and techniques and applications, but I do need to be a little bit careful. But I really like the way that this is applying. I really like the color of it. It's almost like a rose gold, but definitely a little bit more on the purple side of what you would expect a rose gold to be, if that makes sense. But it is applying absolutely beautifully with a brush, which is honestly my preference when it comes to applying shimmery shades, really eyeshadow in general. I am okay with people that like to apply their eyeshadow with their fingers. That's not a problem. Why would that be a problem for me? Where I was going with that is that I don't like it when companies come out with eyeshadows that have to be applied with the finger. That's where I was going. I want to be able to have the option of using either a brush or my finger. Okay, really rambly today. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this darker shade. It is also a shimmery shade, but I am going to go ahead and pack that all the way along the outside of the eye. And see how that works. Because it's a shimmery shade, we'll see how much building it takes, since I am picking it up with a fluffier brush. And I am trying to be very careful and really very direct, but I am getting fallout, which is less than ideal, and honestly why I tend to do my eyes first and everything else later, so that if it does get a little bit messy, I can more easily clean it up. But hopefully this will be easy to flick away with just a very fluffy, clean brush. But I am really liking the way that it's looking. I think it's doing a beautiful job. And I know that some people are not a fan of shimmer in the outer corner or the outer V or what have you. I like it. I think it looks nice. I've actually also been known to put it through the crease as well at times. I'm a rebel, apparently. Alright, I do really quite like that. I am going to take the original brush that we buffed, and I'm just going to use it to kind of clean up a little bit. Make sure I don't have any harsh lines. And then let me take just kind of a fluffy brush. This is what I used to apply my highlighter with. This is the Morphe M501. Let's see if I can dust just some of that away. I'm not going to be overly concerned because I am going to put a little bit of this along my lower lash line, but I don't want it to be, you know, blown out and crazy like it usually is before I just clean it up with a makeup wipe. Okay, so I am going to take this brush. I think this is a Japanesque. This is the 725. It's just kind of a fluffy, tapered brush, and I'm going to use that to take a little bit of that first sort of matte brown color and sweep that underneath the lash line a little bit. Yeah, I think that's working all right. As I said, I don't want to go with anything too dramatic. I'm only running some errands today. We're going out to Sam's to do a little bit of shopping, and we'll probably pick up some dinner while we're out that way. Because, you know, going to any grocery store, but Sam's specifically for us on an empty stomach is not a good idea. But I don't want to do anything too nuts. I am liking the way that that looks, but I do want to take this more dense pointed brush. This is just a brush that I have. I don't know what it's called, but I am going to take that shimmery purple color and just buff that right into the outer third, just to kind of connect everybody together and make a little bit of that kind of fallout look a little bit more intentional. Yeah, I'm really digging the way that this eye look came out. Now I am going to take this beautiful shimmery shade right here, and I'm just going to put that along the inner corner as well as along my brow bone to kind of highlight it a little bit, provided I can find, there it is, the brush that I want. Alrighty, that is working really well. Yeah, I'm digging that. That's a really, really pretty inner corner highlight. And we'll take just a little underneath the brow bone as well, as I realize that I'm covering my entire face. You guys, I'm sorry. Nice. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop on a little bit of mascara, and then we'll come, oh, and some lip, and we'll come back for the final look. So this is the final look, and I have to say, I really, really love the way that this turned out. All I did was I applied some of my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I've been loving this lately. And then I added a little bit of the MAC and Aladdin lipstick in the shade Raja. And I'm really, really happy with the way that this turned out. It's very glamorous and yet sophisticated, and I'm just living for it. I absolutely love it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up down below. And if you are new, welcome. I really hope that you'll consider subscribing before you leave. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.